Hello everyone, welcome to the very first Shock 'em Bolt. I'm Gabe Fast, Creative Director for GlobalComix, and I'm really excited to talk with you today about what is next for the company. You might be asking yourself, what is a Shock 'em Bolt? This series was created to communicate directly with you, the public, about what our goals are as well as where our focus is as a company. These bolts are meant to keep you informed, give you a behind-the-scenes look at what is going on here over at GlobalComix, and hopefully it'll generate some excitement for what we're creating here. Before we dive into our first update, we'd love to take a trip down memory lane. In 2024, GlobalComix was formed with the goal to dive into the comic book industry and bring unique stories to it. We didn't really know what we were doing, but we were determined to learn so that we could tell stories that we believed in. We kicked off several comic book projects, including our flagship series, Emma, Rise of a Mythic, which features characters, items, and lands from the emerging collector card game Wonders of the First. Along the way, we made so many friends and had a blast connecting with all of you at Comic-Cons across the country. This year, though, brought some pretty big changes. We recently lost our founder and editor-in-chief, Daryl Henley, and it was a devastating blow. That loss brought a lot of grief and uncertainty. We honestly weren't sure if we would be able to keep GlobalComix going at all. There were so many questions about what the future would look like and if we could realistically continue. However, after having some time to process and regroup, the decision was made to keep going, but at a much smaller scale, so that we could honor Daryl's legacy to the best of our ability. Emma Fast, who also happens to be my wife, has stepped in as our new editor-in-chief as well as our administrator. And I've taken on the lead creative role, which includes writing all of our scripts moving forward. These days, Emma and I are running GlobalComix together right here out of our apartment, overseeing every page, panel, and piece of art as we happily meet with our illustrators week to week to make sure we're on track. We meet with our illustrators over Zoom as they live in Argentina, and we have a blast developing these stories alongside them. We miss Daryl every single day, and we're working hard to continue the vision that he started. We know that we can't do that alone though, and while we've been appreciative of your support and interest for what we've been doing, that will definitely be greatly appreciated as we continue moving forward. As mentioned before, Emma and I are collaborating to lead the company together, her focus being on the admin side, while mine is centered on world building, writing the scripts, and working on other interesting ways to immerse you in the worlds that we're trying to create. Right now, we have 2 comics in production, Emma, Rise of a Mythic, and Bigfoot, Squatcharazzi. We work with 2 incredibly talented illustrators, as we mentioned before. Santiago Baquin and his team of colorists who work on Emma, Rise of a Mythic, as well as Pablo Ashala, who handles the entirety of the illustration for Bigfoot, Squatcharazzi. When we began in 2024, another project was also started, Sigrid and the Core of Soul. This was meant to be the second entry in our Legends of the Cosmos series alongside Emma, Rise of a Mythic. Sadly, as we move forward, we've made the difficult decision to delay this project indefinitely. But don't worry, we still have plans to use Sigrid and her crew in other ways moving forward, so stay tuned. It's been a while since we've given any news whatsoever on the production of our comic books, especially the physical editions, which some of you have been asking us about. In 2024, we had launched a site that would allow you to read all of our comics 100% free digitally. But sadly, as we moved forward, we realized we needed to shut that service down, which meant there would be no way to read any of our stories digitally. Today, I have a very special announcement. You can now purchase physical copies of the first 3 issues of Emma, Rise of a Mythic. If you're interested, the link is in our description down below. But in addition to that, we're also excited to announce that the first 3 issues of Emma, Rise of a Mythic, as well as the first issue of Bigfoot, Squatcharazzi, are now available to read 100% free digitally on GlobalComix. GlobalComix' intuitive design and community features are extremely forward-thinking, and we are excited to host our comics there moving forward. Also, our new release schedule begins this fall. Emma, Rise of a Mythic issue 4 releases digitally on September 3rd, 2025. As well as Bigfoot, Squatcharazzi issue number 2 releasing digitally on October 1st, 2025. From there, our goal is simple: to release 1 new issue of either Emma, Rise of a Mythic, or Bigfoot, Squatcharazzi, alternating between the 2 series. Releases will drop on the first Wednesday of every month, just in time for New Comic Book Day. We hope that you're as excited as we are as we dive back in to learn more about these characters and the worlds that their stories inhabit. We've been working hard behind the scenes to develop a cadence that makes sense for our smaller team so that we can have a consistent release schedule for you moving forward. This is why we've made the decision to have a monthly release, similar to how it's done in the comic industry today. That means one new comic every month with alternating series starting this September. This gives our artists room to breathe, while also giving you, our audience, a consistent and predictable schedule to follow. In addition to the comics themselves, we'll be rolling out regular content updates and story recaps to help you stay caught up with everything going on in our worlds. We'll have more to share with you on how we plan on doing this very soon, so make sure you stay tuned. Well, just like that, we've come to the end of our very first Shock 'em Bolt. We can't thank you enough for sticking with us through this first year and all of the challenges that we faced. We're excited about what's next, and we'll hope that you'll come along with us on this journey. We look forward to bringing you more exciting updates in the future. To stay caught up on all things Shock 'em Comics, make sure you're following us on all social media, as well as joining our Discord so we can keep this conversation going. Thank you for joining us here at Shock 'em Comics. We're just getting started.